2, 3. Right, you can see a bar moving up. Guys, if you can hear me, can someone just put in the chat? Yes, it's working. I can hear it. Right, we can get going. We can get going.
We are coming.
Right, welcome guys. I hope you can hear me and everything. Welcome to our football chat. You can hear Miller in the background. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a weekly thing, isn't it, Miller? How are you doing, son?
Oh, all the better for hearing your voice, Rigby. All the better for hearing your voice. It's a rainy day in our hometown, but the shine of the sun still breaks on the Premier League. That that's you'd hear in FIFA some cringy bullshit. But it was a mixed feeling of results. A lot of talking points, which sure we'll get into.
We will indeed. Thank you very much for hosting us, DC Champ. I appreciate that, mate, a lot. But we've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, I've got an order of what we're going to talk about. As I say, we're going to talk about the Premier League and the FA Cup, but I know why most people will be tuning in right now. So let's get it out the way.
I agree.
Last night, the new champions got an absolute whipping from the old champions. Yeah, it was a difficult watch, if I'm honest. I wasn't really. I wasn't expecting us to win the game at all. I just wanted to see a good game of football, which I think we did see. I don't think Liverpool played terribly, but at the same time, you don't go in your first game after champions and go and get spanked 4-0. It's just something that shouldn't happen. Thank you much for hosting us, McElroy, mate. Much appreciated, lad. I mean, I think I was happy Klopp didn't change the lineup, but I think now that I think about it, it was the worst thing he could have done. I think he should have played players that maybe would have gone out there thinking they had to fight for their place, rather than the starting 11 that had basically won us the league all season long. But
yeah.
Honestly, guys, you see, before the first goal, which we'll come to, because I actually don't think it was a penalty, but let's before we talk about that, I thought Liverpool played quite well. I thought, we were getting in behind City pretty easily, particularly on Mane's side. I think Cancelo and Foden didn't know how to deal with the runs Mane was making, and Robertson was overlapping as well. I thought we got in quite a few times, but we just didn't punish them at all. But I thought, we were in the game. I was pretty happy. Liverpool were pressing quite well, and I thought, you know what, this is going to be a decent game. Who knows, Liverpool might be able to, if we can get a goal here, who knows. And Salah hits the post. I don't know if that, I can't remember if Salah hit the post happened after the first goal or what. I can't remember. I think that's the closest that we ever came.
It was before the first goal.
It was before. I thought it was, because after the City gets the first, it's game over. Really, we completely capitulated. Which I'll get into in a second. But the penalty for me, look, it's not a penalty for me. But we see this throughout the whole of the Premier League. I see Mane did the same thing in the second half, actually, which is quite embarrassing for me. It happens all the time, but at the start, Sterling is holding on to Joe Gomez's shirt completely. That isn't a foul. And then he turns Gomez, and the minute he's touched him, he's gone down. And because it's the defender impeding the attacker in a goal scoring opportunity, they give a penalty, and it's ridiculous. But at the same time, it happens all the way through football, so it's not like it's an isolated incident. It is what it is. And De Bruyne dispatches the penalty. And to be honest with you, even then, I wasn't really that. I thought Liverpool would get back into the game, to be honest, because I'd been so happy with what we'd seen beforehand. I didn't really feel it getting much worse, to be honest. But sadly, it did get worse. Oh, it did get worse. They go and get the second goal. It's a really nice counter attack. Liverpool give the ball away terribly. A very nice counter attack. It's a brilliant touch from Sterling. He dispatches it really, really well. And now I'm panicking slightly because all of a sudden we're seeing something from Liverpool which we don't see. Is we're seeing a panic when we've conceded a goal, which is unheard of from us apart from Watford, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's something you see Watford, Arsenal do, sorry, and whatnot. Um, so it was very disappointing to see that. But I was just thinking to us, as I said this to my parents who I was watching with, let's not concede the third before half time. Let's go in at 2-0. That's respectful. And we can go again in the second half. But that didn't happen. And unfortunately, a player who I absolutely adore, for Andrew Robertson, breaks the defensive line. Um, he shouldn't go for the ball. He needs to stay where he is.
They
He didn't.
manage that shit.
He,
They keep him out of possession and they instantly teared it.
yeah, easy one too because Robertson's got in. If Robertson wins that ball, I'm praising him all day long for going in for that, but that's how football works, unfortunately. He breaks the line. Phil Foden, phenomenal, great. Well, not phenomenal finish. It's a great finish. 3-0 City. And yeah, I will get your comments in a second, guys. Just let me finish my wee speech, if you like. And we go in at 3-0. It's embarrassing. I'm getting messages left, right, and centre from football fans, particularly Chelsea and Spurs fans. You know who you are. No hard feelings at all, by the way. I can take the football banter all day long, but I'm thinking to myself, well, why are you giving us shit? We're losing 3-0 to the second best team in the league. Like maybe the best team. That's up for debate, I suppose. Whereas it's over Chelsea. You've just lost to West Ham, but we'll talk about that. I'm going off topic here. So yeah, it goes 3-0. Can we also, and Liverpool will probably remember this a lot more vividly. Who remembers Trent Alexander-Arnold's horrendous throw where he just tried this long throw that just gifted possession to Manchester City? Oh my god, that's gonna haunt me for days. That throw in, man. And in the second half, it just doesn't get any better. Do you know what? I say it doesn't get any better, but Liverpool still we let them off so many times where we got in behind or they misplaced a pass, and we let them off about 8 or 9 times with that, and it was so frustrating to watch because everyone's going on about how great City were, and they were great. Let's not take anything away from City. They were fantastic. But there were so many occasions where we got in behind them, and I'm thinking, just put it away. Let's get back into this game, even at 3-0. And we didn't do it, and it was so frustrating. And then the fourth comes, and it's just horrible, to be honest. It's horrible because that's when it turns into a rout for me. 3-0 is a horrible to lose, but once you go above a 3-0 deficit, it turns into a bit of a rout. And yeah, and it could have been 5 as well. Thank goodness our number one signing VAR came into our aid to keep the score a little bit down, and keep it at 4-0. But yeah, one to forget 100%. What are your thoughts, Miller?
I might just be saying this because I'm not actually in your shoes, but the result was horrible, right? And a lot of folk will say, "Oh, is this things to come and all that bullshit?" I guess this is a jokey point. Now I'll go to a serious point. The Liverpool players probably been on a bit of lack of sleep, probably hungover, been partied for the last 3 days. But on a serious note, the result is poor. But I don't think it's a cause for concern. I think he's got the job done, so he's obviously gonna drop the ball, because you've already fucking succeeded in your task. I mean, if this was a different competition that you still could win and you haven't won it yet, then it'd be really disappointing. It'd be really shit. But who really cares? I mean, they can celebrate. I'm talking about City here. They can celebrate their 4-0 win or they can celebrate how Sterling got the best of Gomez again in their rivalry, whatever the fuck it is. But I would rather be champions and then lose 4-0 than not be champions and win 4-0. So they can have their 30 minutes of fame, the City fans, but at the end of the day, you're champions, so I wouldn't really give a shit if I was you. And move on to next season. You've got really nothing to play for, have you? For the
no, apart from if you want to chase some records, I suppose. Let's just read some comments that I've been kind of ignoring. City deserved to win, but like Klopp said, we couldn't score, and losing 4-2 or 5-3 would have been more fair. Liverpool could have scored, but they didn't. Did you watch Klopp's post-match press conference? He was so butthurt. Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't watched that. I've seen the interview he did with Jeff Shoes afterwards, and I actually can really understand why he was so annoyed, because why the fucking hell are people questioning Liverpool now after losing one game of football? Why does one loss mean, oh, maybe you didn't deserve to win the league, maybe we're giving you too much credit? No, it fucking doesn't. Liverpool was still hungover after last night. Oh, am I happy Liverpool lose a game of football? Absolutely not. Liverpool could go and lose to the reserves, or they could go and lose to Tranmere or something in a friendly, and I'd be pissed off. I don't want to watch Liverpool lose any game of football at all. I'm not on here to go, it didn't really matter. Of course it mattered. It was a game of football. It was against one of our major rivals in the league, Manchester City. You gave us a guard of honour, and then we got absolutely smacked. It's horrible. But at the same time, I'm still happy. We're still Premier League champions. Like, in terms of the result, I don't really care too much. But it's a game of football, and as a football fan, I don't want to watch my team lose, especially get battered like that at all. And if there's Liverpool fans out there who go, they actually don't care, they're lying. Because of course you care. But other fans trying to sort of take away our title success because of one loss are taking the fucking piss.
Yeah, they're the ones who are butthurt.
Prime, I will get you into the next podcast, mate. We're going to be doing this weekly, so we'll get more people in. So we'll get you into the next one, mate. Cheer up, Rigby. Looks like you're about to cry, but we are champs. Exactly. Best atmosphere I've seen in the Etihad in ages.
I think I made a joke about this on Twitter a few weeks ago. Was it when I said once said that the football was back? I was like, that's the best atmosphere I've seen the Etihad in a long time, as a joke. But I don't understand. Go back onto the part of Klopp apparently being annoyed. Klopp, see as our Klopp loses, he always has that expression. It's nothing different. He's not going to be sitting smiling after losing 4-0. No manager is. And when you're asking those kind of questions, of course you're going to respond with a negative kind of way, because you've just fucking lost. You've just travelled all those miles to get pumped.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Guard of Honour is nice. I respect the City for doing that. I don't know if they get forced to do it, or they said, okay, we'll do it, but respect to them. But I think everyone jumping on Liverpool now, saying that, oh, maybe this and that. They've lost 2 games all season. The Watford one, we don't need to go into that. That was just fucking. That was a roadblock, but he's jumped over the rest of them, and then he's won. You're still 20 points clear. So, and this is to everyone. This to everyone. I don't usually stick up for Liverpool here, but I'm just going to do it now. If Liverpool lost every single fucking game for the rest of the season 4-0, they would still be champions. So, who cares at this point? As a rival fan, I've got nothing to say, because they're champions and we're not. So,
aye, exactly. Where everyone coming from? Yeah. So what Prime's saying is that Liverpool can't let off. We can't relax too much. We've got to keep the momentum going for next season. And in some ways, I can agree with you on that. I can. but not. But give them a. But they can take a bit of slack because we haven't got anything to play for. City have still got the FA Cup, and they've got that. They're taking part in the Champions League in August. The City can't afford to let up at all, and they showed it. I mean, City will probably go and win both those competitions. If I'm honest, I think they've got a great chance of winning the Champions League. Even before all this happened, they beat Real Madrid in the Bernabeu, which doesn't matter what Real Madrid you come up against, beating them in their own backyard is an absolute statement and a half.
I agree.
They've got a lot to play for, but yeah, let's just hope Liverpool at the weekend go in angry as City did, and go and spank their opponents. I think it's Aston Villa at the weekend, so poor Aston Villa, 100% poor Aston Villa. That's all I really want to say on the matter of Liverpool. You know, I can say, listen, I can say the banter. I can 100% say the banter. I'm about to go to work later on this afternoon with a Manchester United fan who's going to give me shit all shift, and he's the only other person I'm on with. So I'm preparing myself for that. I can take it at all. The only thing I can't take is when people are just taking the piss and just talking absolute bollocks. You know, if you want to remember something that which is actually correct, you know, 100% I'll take it. But if you're just talking shit, go away. Absolutely go away. Is God of Honor mandatory? It is not mandatory. It is up to the team, the next team they play, if they want to give them the God of Honor. City will win the Prem next season. That is something we will talk about on another podcast. Let's keep it this season related. So we're talking about that. Let's talk about the top four. The top four race, because there's been a lot of results that have, would you say, surprising, or is it just, or I call them results that show why City and Liverpool are so far away from the rest at this moment in time.
Definitely.
I mean, Leicester lost to Everton, which, I mean, Everton beating anyone is pretty bad, to be fair. Sorry, Everton fans.
When Richarlison's scoring, that's when you know it's something's up.
I have a lot to say about Chelsea's performance as well as how they've been this season. It's not mandatory. Why did teams give one if they don't have to give one? It's to show respect to the team that have just been crowned champions. And to be honest, I don't think anyone has not done it before. It's nice to see, but it's kind of shit, isn't it? But let's get away from that.
The respect thing. If I know football is at times a corrupt sport, but a show of respect, and especially in these tough times, we've got a lot of stuff we like to do. You know, there's a lot of movements and such in football just now. You know, that relate to outside affairs, but you've got as a dominant team as Liverpool are, they deserve the Guard of Honor. If they were fucking, if it was a really close title race and City were really butthurt, I'd maybe go, I understand, but Liverpool fucking deserve it, boys. Come on, still 20 points ahead when they lose 4-0. Come on, they deserved it, and City. You know, even though their season wasn't bad, they still have a lot to play for. Champions League, FA Cup. Kudos to them for giving it. I mean, if it was Chelsea, I'd be going, just give them it. They deserve it. I would expect them to do the same for us. So, yeah.
Right, let's move to Chelsea, because I know Prime is a Chelsea fan. I know you're a Chelsea fan. You know, we've got to talk about this new sponsor Free, because they absolutely shafted you guys to pieces, making you wear that number 3 on your shirt. Oh, that's so funny.
I like it.
No, I don't mean that. I mean because you lost 3-2.
Yeah. No, that's a meme, because now I seen a picture on Twitter yesterday, and it was someone going, how many Mourinho, how many goals did you concede against Sheffield United? And it was a Chelsea kit, but instead of the 3, it was Mourinho holding up 3 fingers. And I was like, fair play, you can use our kit for that. But it was funny. Going on to the Chelsea game, I didn't actually watch it live. I was in Glasgow doing my extended shop. A lot of sales on. But I watched snippets, and I will say this, and this is the truth. So if anyone wants to comment, feel free. The handful of players that made a lot of mistakes were the handful of players that I was praising last week. Uh, Rudiger, he's a boss. I love him. Uh, but the man was a dopey bastard for the last goal, and just overall, I thought he was a wee bit sloppy. But the whole defence was, so I'm not going to go into him and completely tear him apart. Uh, everyone just played completely under par. But that's not taking it away from West Ham. West Ham were exceptional. The best I've probably seen them all season. They're in a relegation battle, so you expect that. And now I'm going to be very. This could be a very surprising rant, if you can call it that. Uh, they deserved they deserved to go 1-0 up. VAR obviously fucked them, uh, which I can kind of see why VAR would chop it off, because it's VAR, and you kind of look at the scenarios. Oh, here we go.
Still there, lad?
We've got a man that's joined with me. I don't know if you can
We
see.
do. We have Prime, who has been begging me to get him in here because he is a massive Chelsea fan and he has a lot to talk about. But I'll leave. Well, like, continue. Finish what you're saying first, mate, and then I'll let Prime take the floor.
Right, okay. Uh, so I think they do deserve. I think the VAR was a bit harsh, and they do deserve the 1-0. But if we're talking, if I'm VAR, and I'm gonna make yet another decision that they made in the past, I do get why they've done it, but it shouldn't have been chopped off. It should be 1-0. We were playing poorly before that, and then if it wasn't for Willian magic through the game, I think it might have been worse. Uh, Even with the free kick goal, the goalkeeper was completely out of position. We're quite fortunate with that. Not taking away the brilliance, because it was a good goal, but obviously let the man take the floor. But they deserved to win. We were sloppy. We've kind of been a wee bit sloppy.
Prime,
Yeah.
so take your mate, lad.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yeah, here.
Welcome to
Okay.
the stream, Prime, lad.
What a boy.
Hi, hi Ricky. What's your name? Sorry, may I ask?
My name is Kale.
Hale. Okay. Sorry, I just don't think I caught it before. Hi guys. Chelsea. This has been the story of our season.
Yes.
We've played great football in patches, right? We've been able to uh, play great football against like Liverpool or City or whatever, but against the lower league sides, the lower sides, the bottom half, we've been dreadful. We cannot defend set pieces,
Yeah.
and this has been stemming since last season with Sarri. So I don't know if this is like a result of playing attractive football, because when we played counter-attacking or defensive football, people want to say, we were able to defend from set pieces. You cannot defend from open play. Frank, I love the guy, but I said when he came in that it's too early for him. He still has to learn. Because now at Chelsea, he is basically learning on the job, which I don't have a problem with, but will he last enough to get to a point where he's good enough to, do things? When you look at Chelsea from the past, I don't know, because to know actions speak louder than words. I look at the fact that he changes the lineup, especially the defense, week in, week out, which also doesn't help out Kepa. People are saying Kepa's a terrible goalkeeper. He's not. He's going through a bad patch of form this season, but it doesn't help him when he doesn't have a stable defense in front of him. I've played in goal before for a good few years, and I was also really good, but it doesn't help. No matter how good you are, it doesn't help you when you play in front of a defense that's constantly changing and has no chemistry between them. Unless you're someone like David De Gea, where he was making like 30 saves a game and he was playing like a Super Saiyan.
Aye.
Kepa isn't on that level. I look at our midfield we played against West Ham. Why do we play with Kante and Kovacic? Who Kante is not even a DM, but he was playing as a DM. Kovacic is he's more of a number 6 than a number 8. We played with Barkley. I don't have a problem with Barkley playing, but why not play with? Even if you play with Kante as the DM, why not play with, say, two of Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Mason Mount? One of those two in front of Kante. We look at Tammy. Look, Chelsea fans love him because he's from the youth academy, but he's been playing first team football now for 3-4 seasons, not including this season. He's not a good striker. He's not good enough for a title-winning team. Not good enough to start. He's barely good enough for a backup. I'm happy that we have Werner coming in, but we need centre backs, right? I don't think we necessarily have a problem. In my opinion, our best pairing this season has been Zuma and Tamori. It should be the partnership that we should be sticking with and growing. If that's not the case, then go out and get a world-class centre back like Koulibaly to help lead that defence. We need a left back desperately. And the thing is, it's not like Alonso or Emerson are terrible. Well, like we know Alonso, he's a wing back, he's not a fullback. And Emerson isn't necessarily a terrible fullback because Conte wants him at Inter, and I think also Sarri wants him as well at Juve. So it's not like they're terrible, just not the sort of fullbacks that Frank wants. Frank apparently wants Chilwell, who I rate, but he costs like 85 million.
Yes.
And Tagliafico and Telles are available for much cheaper. I don't want to spend all that money on Telles or on Chilwell, and then we spend another 70 or 80 million on Havertz, but we don't fix our defence. Like, there's so many things that's going on. It's just like there's so many simple solutions that I understand Frank's learning on jobs. I can't put everything on him, but when things go wrong, you do have to kind of call it out.
Well, what I would say is
I don't know.
Is look at the goals that Chelsea conceded against West Ham. Let's look.
All from set pieces.
Even the first two,
and
yeah,
one on the counter attack.
Yeah, the first two. I mean, I'm including the one that got chalked off as well. You know, use of set pieces just aren't organised at all. It's so easy to score from set pieces against you.
Like, all right, the first goal I got chalked off, right? Miscommunication in that set piece. Someone has to be communicating and set things up, and set us up to be organised. So I don't know if that's
but isn't
from training or if that's part of our coaching staff, or there's no leader in our defence that was on the field. Because apparently, rumor is that Rudiger is the more vocal of our 4 centre backs, which I believe that to be the case because when you watch games without the crowd and everything, you can hear him talking. But just because you talk on the field doesn't mean you're an actual command leader.
But you're saying about the just quickly, you're saying about the defense. Isn't it the goalkeeper's job as well to communicate to get the defense where he wants them for the set piece?
I do want, that is true. It is, but also Kepa is a young goalkeeper. He's young for a goalkeeper.
But he's not. But I think that goes out the window now because he's the number 1 goalkeeper for Chelsea Football Club when he's not playing for a League 1, League 2 side.
That's true.
He's playing, he has to step up. That's not an excuse. That's my thing.
Again, that is true. No, that is true. But you also have to figure the fact that if, like, look at, for example, Liverpool. Mm-hmm. 9 games out of 10, you can name me your back 4 and your goalkeeper.
Absolutely.
Unless Klopp decides to put Milner at left back, or he plays Matip instead of Joe Gomez or whatever, right?
Yes.
So there's consistency there. You can tell me who's going to be your start. I can't, like, we're playing Watford next. I can't tell you who's going to be our starting back 4. I can tell you who should be starting, but I don't know who's going to be starting.
There's no point of even us saying the start because they're not going to start. Like, see, if we both said different fucking back 4s, right? I guarantee you none of them would be the.
You both be wrong. Like, it's disgraceful. Like the second goal, right, Rudiger. What? is he trying to play the ball out or is he trying to kick it out? Because like I don't understand. Even if he lets the ball roll out of play, because I think it came off a West Ham player last, that would be the smartest thing to do
Yeah.
I don't.
instead of him trying to kick the ball out.
I
And the
don't think.
same things happens in the set piece. Sorry, just let me get through this real quick. The second goal, right? Second goal in that play that Antonio scored. What about I think 5 seconds earlier, he almost had a chance against Christensen, and Christensen fumbled it, but he still didn't score. When that wide ball came in and he scored. The third goal on a counter attack. People blame Alonso, people blame Rudiger. It's both their faults. But the thing is, we had our set piece. So you shouldn't be getting countered on a set piece because the same thing happened against when we played Arsenal. They countered on a set piece and they scored.
Either
There's so many things that's
Martinelli.
been happening over and over. Yeah. But Kante slipped on that counter attack. But still, you shouldn't be getting countered on a set piece.
I mean, I've got two Chelsea fans here. So let me ask you this: you guys qualify for top four this season, right? You may you might get an FA Cup or something.
Yeah.
Is that not a good season for Frank Lampard's first ever season in charge of Chelsea Football Club when he's got the might of Liverpool and Man City to compete against? And also, he didn't have a transfer window in the summer. He's only had it in January.
Frank, don't get me wrong. Frank has done well considering the fact that he's an inexperienced manager. Right, he's in his second season ever as management. He hasn't got a transfer window, and the squad that he has aren't all his players. It's not like he's been allowed. And people can say, well, we brought in Pulisic and Kovacic, but like Frank's not going to say no to those two players because they're quality. But it's not like he was the one who said, buy me those two. It's not like he had a transfer window to buy 3-4 players.
Yeah, the thing is, Kovacic wasn't his signing. The simple fact was is he was the only signing he could get because of the clause in the contract. So,
Okay.
and I would say because the season he was on loan, I wasn't really impressed. But see, this season he played so well that that's a gamble for the price we paid for him.
I was impressed. I was impressed with him last season, but it was just kind of the drawbacks of Sarri ball, where it's quite, even though it is kind of attacking, it's quite structured and rigid. It's not like fluid, allowing you to kind of do things on the fly and stuff like that. So, I understand.
Yeah, but maybe he's unleashing that true quality now. He's kind of been that player like when the spotlight is sort of on him. He's not that big game player that you look to take the game by the scruff of the neck, but the guy puts in a shift.
He does. Also, what are your thoughts on Jorginho? Because we are missing him massively.
Yeah.
Kante playing as the DM takes away our ball playing abilities, and when you look at our centre backs, Rudiger is not the best on the ball. Christensen, his only strength as a centre back is the fact that he can play on the ball. He's not physically strong because he was getting bodied by Antonio until Frank told Rudiger that you have to be the one to man mark him. Yeah, Rudiger still also was getting bodied by Antonio.
I think in a top side, it's so important. I mean, Liverpool is, I guess, the exception because we rely so much on our width more than in the middle. But you always have in top midfield one player who is dictating the tempo of the play, and he's playing those nice passes forward and all those nice smart ones. City's is definitely Kevin De Bruyne and whatnot, and I think Chelsea's is potentially Jorginho.
Yeah, because we don't have. When you look at our attacking midfielders in Barkley, Mount, and Ruben, none of them are like low intense like a David Silva or De Bruyne or a Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They're not like so intense in that way. They're more like they're basically pressing number 8s essentially.
That's why I can't wait till Ziyech comes in, because you've got that kind of player, that playmaker, that kind of Kevin De Bruyne style player.
Ziyech is going to play off the right wing though. Unless we play we're playing like 4-3-3. Ziyech is playing off the right wing.
I mean, he can play the right wing, but he's also very key in that cam role, because what he can do is he can play in that cam role, but also drift to the right hand side when he needs to. And
that's true.
But the thing with Rudiger is I've got two things to go through. Rudiger takes too many touches when he's on the ball
Way too much.
in his box, and he look and even when you know he's comfortable, he looks uncomfortable. Like it's the way he plays the ball. And the thing with Jorginho is I don't know what's going on with all that shit, but I've usually see when Kante was not in the CDM and Jorginho was in there and Kante was kind of more in a holding attacking sense. Kante was still doing bits, but I don't like
Exactly.
I don't like taking
Like,
Kante out of his natural role, but at the same time, I would. Jorginho was playing fucking well last season.
Kante's natural role is not a DM though. He isn't a DM. They floating box to box ball interceptor or ball destroyer, whatever you want to use. He's not a DM. Whenever he's played there, he's always looked bad.
I think I think in a sense, I think this is what really kind of confuses at certain points because Kante can usually play anywhere because his work rate is sensational. So when he has a good when he has a
Well,
good
he's a. Sorry, continue.
when he has a good game in the CDM, you'll go, oh, he's the best CDM in the world. But when he has a good game in the centre mid role, forward, we'll go, oh, he's the best in that role. But
No, but the thing is, he's a world class midfielder. Like, look at Pogba. They're different players, obviously, but Pogba is a world class midfielder. So he can play as a DM, he can play as a box to box, he can play as a number 10. But to get the best out of Pogba, you have to play him as a box to box, right?
yes,
So to get the best out of your players, you play them in their preferred positions. Like that last goal against West Ham, right? Kante was at the edge of the box, wasn't he? Even though he was meant to be our DM. If Jorginho was in that position and West Ham still scored, Jorginho would be getting killed on Twitter.
yeah,
But because it's Kante, it's all
yeah,
right.
Kante, this is all credit to him because he's been so fucking he's insane. As he's kind of foolproof in a sense, which I don't like. But Kante's a player that if we lost tomorrow, we'd be fucked, right? So he's kind of
The
he's
thing
too
is,
he's way too important for Chelsea fans to go, you're a bad game, oh you're shite. But the thing with Jorginho is he's been given so much flack in the past, where if he done what you said just there, he would get killed, he would get ridiculed,
and the
and
thing
that's
is, if Jorginho last season had went to City, he would be lauded as the best midfielder in the Premier League.
exactly, yeah.
He's so talented and he's so amazing on the ball.
See, he would suit City's style of play, but I think he would suit most styles of play. So that's why I'm quite annoyed that he's playing just now because if he is going back to Italy, right, which the reported news speculation,
Yeah.
then come out and just fucking tell us why the uncertainty, why
What
what
annoys me the most out of it is the fact that we're losing another leader in a team that's young and inexperienced.
we're losing another leader when we don't really have any leaders at all. We get
Exactly.
more leaders. We get more leaders than most teams,
So
but
Jorginho's the only vocal leader that we have in the team. Like Aspilicueta is a leader, but he leads by example, by how he plays. He's not vocal.
yeah, Aspilicueta leads by how he plays the pitch because
Exactly.
Aspilicueta is it's rare that he has a bad game. He is his work rate is fucking up there with the best of them. But I want someone just to come out and say this is the problem with Jorginho. Even if they need to just fucking lie to us and say that he's ill or some shit, just fucking say something.
right, fellas,
Say
I'm gonna.
something.
As much as I'm enjoying this Chelsea chat, we've got a lot more teams to talk about, and I've just noticed we've spoken about Chelsea for the last half an hour. But but I've been quite nasty here because I said to
I'm
you
just gonna by saying this.
yeah, go ahead and then I'll round
I'm
up.
just finished by saying this. Chelsea, the season that we've had, even though I'm saying all this like bad or negative stuff, the season we've had this season, people were saying we'd finish fifth, sixth, eighth. I knew we'd get top four and finish in the top four, and yet there's still a few more games to play, and it could go either way. But we're having the season that I expected us to have. I expected us to get out of our Champions League group, get to the last 16, have a good cup run, and hopefully win a cup. So we could maybe win the FA Cup, and I expected us to get top four. We're now fourth, and we're having an up and down season, which everything I expected to do. So
Yeah.
everything is going according to plan, but it doesn't mean I can't point out the bad stuff that's happening for us to improve on.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
I've been a bit mean here. So I asked you, why, isn't that a good season for Frank Lampard? I think that whole half an hour talk has just proven my point that Frank Lampard had a very very good season because he's had literally no chance to sign any players that he wants. He's worked
Exactly.
with what he's got. He's got you not only into top four, but breathing down Leicester's next in third, even though you missed the opportunity. Yes, there's going to be inconsistencies in your season, which unfortunately has happened. You win a couple of games, you have some good performances, and then you seem to get, you know, you lose a game and it all goes downhill. But that happens with a transition because Chelsea are going in a transition because you've.
And when you consider that last season as well, people were saying that we wouldn't get top four. We got top four, even though you could say we scraped it. We still got top four, and a team that was started off on fire.
Thanks, DC.
But we fell off and we became inconsistent. So Frank basically has the exact same squad, plus 3 young players that are good but inexperienced.
So for me, Frank Lampard, give him a massive amount of respect for what he's done with Chelsea this season. For me, absolutely. But we're going to move on from Chelsea now. Just briefly though, West Ham, that was a phenomenal result for them. That was
amazing.
That was absolutely massive.
Declan Rice. I mean, I was going to say Declan Rice bossed the midfield, but there wasn't much to boss anyway. But Declan Rice was amazing.
Alright, Mark, how you doing, lad? I absolutely. I think they probably will stay up. To be honest, I think actually, they've actually played quite well. I think that the 2 games before that, but they've just not took their chances, and then they've just been basically hit on the break, or the other team took their chances and whatnot. So it was nice to see West Ham put in a performance like that, where I think for most of the game they were in it really. I think Chelsea did have most possession, but I don't think West Ham ever looked like Chelsea were going to go and batter them 3 or 4-0. So it was nice to
Chelsea,
see for them.
Just because you have possession, this is something I always say. Just because you have possession doesn't mean you dominate a game.
Exactly.
All over us.
Exactly.
Chelsea scored from 2, like a good penalty by Willian and a phenomenal free kick. Other than that, Chelsea didn't really have chances.
Exactly.
If you want to watch a team that can have possession and do mostly nothing with it, then
watch Chelsea.
Then Chelsea, like see, I'm going to make this nice and short so we can move on. But the Aston Villa game is I said this in our podcast. We were sitting there and I'm going, we might have 80% possession, but what the fuck have we done with it?
Yeah, since the restart, we've been winning games 2-1, but even in those games against Leicester, against Villa, I've been looking at it and they've been having chances there the last 10-15 minutes, and especially against Villa, they were having set pieces against the last 10-15 minutes, and I was just looking at it thinking, oh, they're going to score. They're going to have no faith.
Yeah, we're the kind of team that can have 80% possession and still lose 1-0.
Right, guys, I am seriously going to come away from Chelsea now.
Sorry.
It's I honestly, I think we actually might have to do an entire podcast at some point where we just talk Chelsea, because listening to you guys was absolutely fantastic, and that's why I just sat here silent, because it was just really, it was nice to hear you talk about your club so passionate. But we have to move on.
Yeah, that's good.
We have to move on.
It's always good to hear you talking about another team. It's always good to hear that fan's perspective from a completely unbiased point of view.
Yes.
Am I on FIFA today, mate? I'm not really sure, because I've got my sister coming about 1 o'clock, and then depending on how long she stays for, I've got work afterwards. I will be on later on tonight, but I don't know if I'll do a stream. We'll be definitely streaming all weekend because I'm off all weekend, so that'll be fun. So that's the answer to that question. But let's look to other teams in London who are not doing as well as Chelsea.
Spurs. Wow.
Let's talk about Spurs and Arsenal.
Arsenal have won 2 games. You know what? Arsenal have won 3 games on the bounce now, and their fans are getting gassed. But yet they've beaten relegation sides.
Yeah, but you can only beat who's in front of you, to be fair.
No. Again, no, that is true. But the fact is, they think they can go to Wolves, which they have next, and they can beat Wolves.
They're not beating
Uh,
Wolves.
Well, Wolves are another team in that top four who I think I think if you look, if particularly Chelsea, Leicester, and maybe Manchester United, if they're looking at one team below them, who they are slightly worried about, it's definitely Wolves. 100%
This is why it's
Wolves.
so. This is why it's so annoying. We would be in third
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
We would be even if we got a draw, that would be a better result. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
so
That
annoying.
that that's why I think the Chelsea result, rather than took the Mickey, I guess, out of Chelsea so much, because you would have propelled yourself slightly away from the sort of top four race. You would have been sort of the ones of, okay, we're almost away now. We've basically almost secured our top four, and with one result, you've kind of lost that. But thank God Everton beat Leicester, because
Yeah.
that would have been pretty bad. So you definitely should send some flowers over to Goodison
The
Park.
thing is though, that takes pressure. If we would have won, all the pressure would be on Leicester, but now the pressure's on Chelsea, not on Leicester, because
Exactly,
they're still ahead.
but I mentioned Spurs. They were another team who played yesterday. Lots of Sheffield United, who I guess you could say are still in the top four race, but not for me. I don't think they're going to be able to keep the consistency and whatnot going.
If they get Europe, that's still fucking incredible.
It would be
That's what I'm kinda
fantastic,
looking at now.
absolutely fantastic for them. And I kind of hope they do get it, because they played a phenomenal season. If I look back at game Liverpool were very very lucky in, it was definitely the away game against Sheffield United. Definitely, we had to really pull our finger out in that game, and they gave us a good run. So it would be great for them. But for Spurs, that's got to be top four done now, surely. If they ever had if they ever had a slight possibility that they could sneak in at the very end, surely all that's gone now.
The thing is, being someone who's no, sorry, continue. You can go.
It's not possible. It's not possible. And I'm not saying this because I fucking hate Tottenham, but if you look right, how many games are left? Six. Six games.
6 games, yeah, there, yeah.
6 games. Do you expect Tottenham, right, in the form that they're in, right, and you know we're just talking about opinion here, but how many? I don't know how many points they are behind,
I'll
but
bring up the table in a sec.
if they were to win, let's say 5 out of 6, right? Because obviously I don't think they're going to win 6 out of 6. Then you're counting on either Leicester.
Spurs are 9 points behind Chelsea.
Yeah, so you're counting on Chelsea losing another 3 games out of 6, right?
Which
And
is possible.
And that could happen. You never know. But you're also counting on Man U to do the same. You're also counting on Wolves to do the same.
Which is very possible for United to do. United are like one defeat away from crumbling.
Yeah. So, and you're also counting on Leicester to kind of keep their bad form. And I don't think all those teams are going to fuck it. A couple of them are going to are going to get away, and a couple of them are going to fuck it. But Tottenham have ruined it.
Yeah, but Tottenham haven't had a good season. But to be fair though, Tottenham have had a horrible season because I've spoken to my Spurs mate about this quite a lot. Last season's Champions League loss killed them completely, and they couldn't get going with Pochettino. So they were already done by then, and then they brought in Mourinho, and he got them a couple of okay results and whatnot. But Tottenham they haven't been in the top four race this season. They've been staggering. They've been sort of holding on to top 10, if you like.
People have to also put into perspective that when Mourinho came, they started well, and then Kane got injured, then Son got injured, and all their attacking threat was gone.
Yeah, exactly.
People have to put that into perspective as well.
Exactly. Tottenham have had a difficult season because they had a manager who they absolutely loved. They had 4 or 5 years. They were having success with in terms of on the pitch and whatnot, and that all changed. It was all going to shit, and then you got the injuries. Harry Kane's was out for quite a while as well, who obviously brings massive goals into that team and whatnot. So they've had a really really difficult season. So it's, as much as I want to sit here and take the absolute mickey out of Spurs, when you factor in all those things, it's only inevitable that they're nowhere near top 4. And I think they have to just focus on getting into Europa League, because the amount of money that they would lose without having Europe will be phenomenal. And you've got to wonder if Mourinho would stay with them.
They'll win if they can win the Europa League next season. Mourinho.
It's a massive competition in Europa League because it's so competitive now, particularly with the English side, because you see now a lot more big teams who don't
Yeah.
who are now getting into Europa League because the Champions League places are so hotly contested between about 8 or 9 teams in the league now are fighting for Champions League these days now. So you're seeing a lot of top teams in Europa League, but it's a phenomenal competition to go and win. I mean, Chelsea won it last season. It was Chelsea-Arsenal final. They did really well. United won it a couple of seasons ago. Liverpool ourselves reached the final a couple of seasons ago. It's a fantastic competition. So when I hear people say, "I don't want to be in Europa League," well, when you're in the situation that Spurs are in, go into it and go and win something next season. For me,
This is what bothers me about Arsenal fans. That they say, oh, if we're not getting
I love,
Champions
I
League, I
love,
don't want to be in
I
Europe.
love how we're talking about Spurs, and he brings it right back to
No,
Arsenal.
but this is it. Like they say, oh, if we're not in Champions League, then I don't want to be in Europa League. Let's take a season out, like what Chelsea did, and get top four. Right, that isn't possible because what Chelsea did, right, finishing 10th, and the next season we won the Prem. People seem to forget is the season before that we won the Premier League, so we had a title-winning team anyway.
Yeah.
And the season before that we finished third. So it's not that season we finished 10th was a lot of toxicity and whatever that happened, but it's still a title-winning team. People seem to think that we just did it by surprise. It wasn't a surprise that we won the league again.
The one thing I'd say about Arsenal's situation, which is different, is they've been in Europa League for a couple of seasons now, and Liverpool went through a period like that after Benitez left and whatnot.
Arsenal got a semi-final against Atletico, which they lost. A final against Chelsea last season, which they lost.
But
there's no reason why they can't win it next season with the firepower that they have. There's no reason why they can't win it.
But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is it's a demoralised competition to be in for more than about two seasons. Particularly when your rivals are doing so well in the Champions League. That's where you want to be. That's where you believe you should be.
That's my point. Go out and win it.
It's
not that hard to win it. It's not that hard to win it. Mourinho with United, they finished. He said that we'll finish sixth, but we will win the Europa League.
Is that what United?
It's not that hard to win.
Is that what you said when he was at United? Yeah.
Mourinho did that with United in his first season. Benitez, when he came in at Inter at Chelsea, we finished. Did we even get top four? I think we finished fifth, but we won the Europa League.
Aye, I suppose, yeah. But
yeah, we were relying on Europa League for Champions League, so yeah, we finished outside.
Even last season, right? People will say, oh, we were lucky to finish fourth, which is fine, fair enough. But we were always going to win the Europa League anyway. It's not that hard a competition to win.
Well, it is.
I know there are 8 teams in it.
When you reach the semi-finals,
you can say that, and that is true. I'm not degrading the teams that are in the competition. What I'm saying is it's not that hard to win it, especially when you're tipped as one of the favourites, like Arsenal should be.
Yeah, it just depends how the competition unravels. I mean,
people say Aubameyang's a world class, striker.
Yes.
Well, then shouldn't you have the goals enough to win it? People say Leno's a world class goalkeeper. Well, then he should be able to, pull off saves and that. Arsenal fans, they rate Socrates as a really good defender. That means he should be able to lead your defence. Arsenal fans rate Torreira and Guendouzi.
But look how Arsenal. Look how Arsenal went out. If Aubameyang puts that chance away, we aren't talking about Arsenal like this. We've told them that they could go and win Europa League if they could pull themselves together. They went out because of one moment. That's how cup competitions work. Unfortunately, is that one moment can knock you out or define how you go do in a competition. It's not like in a league where you can lose a couple of games, but you can still be in the run for whatever you're going for. It's such an unforgiving format of cup competition.
A cup competition is easier because it's one-off. I know it's 2 legs, but it's essentially a one-off game. You should be able to pull yourself together for a one-off game.
But that's why City have been beaten like Liverpool and Spurs in the Champions League, is because the one-off games, City can have a day off or a them can go against them, and they're out. Except if that happens in the league, yeah, they might lose that game, but they might go and win all the rest, and they go and win it.
I guess maybe it depends on the mentality of your club, because teams like Liverpool and Chelsea were used to stepping up for like these one-off Champions League games, but Arsenal and City aren't.
Yeah, I think for Arsenal and Spurs, they need to just. I think with Arsenal, they've got a manager in Mikel Arteta who they have to stick with now. For me, you have to give him a couple of years. I know,
they do.
I know this is probably his first proper job, but and everyone goes, oh, he only got it because he played for Arsenal, and also he was City's understudy. But I think Arsenal have looked a bit better under Arteta, but you need to give him the next couple of years. You don't give a young manager like that the job, and then sack him after one season.
I mean, people say give him time.
Yeah, you have to.
Give him time. They should have brought in an Ancelotti or a Mourinho, an experienced manager who knows how to deal with that.
You say, but you say Mourinho, not Ancelotti, but at the same time, that's what they said before we brought in Klopp. And look what happened.
No. I'm saying bring in an experienced manager. The Klopp was the right decision.
True. True. He was more experienced, but you can't get experience unless you get these opportunities. And Mikel Arteta could thrive at the Arsenal job after a couple
you don't bring in Arteta into a mess like at least with Chelsea, right? Even though Frank is inexperienced, he will be backed and he will be given the money and hopefully the time. Arteta won't be given the money.
Yeah, but I don't think any manager at Arsenal will be given the money because they're such the way the club's been run is such a mess.
True. That is true. That's why you need an experienced manager.
I get what.
But Emery was experienced, and look what happened to him.
I get what he's saying is you're kind of counteracting things. An experienced manager can sort of work with what he has. And
like Benitez can work with what he has. Someone like Arteta, he's been at City, who have all this money and they play all this attractive, free-flowing, sexy football. Well, he's coming to Arsenal and doing what?
He's not got that.
Like, you can say he's a good manager and he'll be able to get as much as he can from these players, which is true. But with no money, how far will that last? How far can that take him?
Yeah.
Especially if their best players will get poached. Like Aubameyang, if he signs a new contract, he's ruining his career. Look at Saka. I know Saka signed a new contract, but Saka and Martinelli, give it 3 seasons, they'll be gone.
Yeah. I'm going to go on a fucking tangent here, because I like to have a wee rant about Arsenal. Good 4-0 win. But this is where we're going to go into the heart.
Can we just talk about the first goal, though? What is Krul doing? Just what is he doing? Just hoof the ball away. He just gets it nicked off him. What is he doing?
Rugby. It's not a penalty, so he can't save other things.
I suppose. Yeah, I mean, for me, Arsenal, you just gotta give Arteta time. You can easily say, yeah, he should bring Smith, but you give him the time to see what happens. If he messes up in a couple of years, we can come back to him, we can
No, you say give him time, and I'm not saying don't give him time. My point is, how much time are you going to say give him, but he's not going to be given the money to supplement what he's doing. And also, every time he does well, his best players will be poached. It'll just be another Wenger.
I suppose. Well, also, we spoke about Chelsea could win the FA Cup. Arsenal still in the FA Cup. The only problem is they've got bloody Manchester City. Which Arsenal fans must be already
terrified.
You're not even terrified. They probably just conceded defeat already.
I don't know how you feel, but you know what? If Chelsea beat United, right? Mm-hmm. You'd rather play City than Arsenal in the final. Because Chelsea can beat City. The way Chelsea's defence is, I don't trust us against Arsenal. I don't trust us.
Come on, nah. You're not seriously saying to me that you would rather play City than Arsenal in the final.
Look, no, the thing is, in the final, we will turn up against City. Everyone will turn up, and we will beat them. But I'm not even saying Arsenal are good, because they're not. But I don't trust how bad our defence is.
I'm going to come in here. because I get what he's saying, right? because Joe, this is a Chelsea mentality, right? We're a team, right? That if we go in to a game against City, we're gonna give our absolute all,
Everything.
as Kenzie. But we're the kind of team that if we're the favourites, i.e., if we're the favourites against Arsenal, we will crumble because we either get cocky or we don't take them seriously, and then they come out and fucking destroy us. Because Arsenal and Chelsea games are so unpredictable because Arsenal can turn up against us, but also we can turn up against them.
No,
The
no, no,
difference is,
no. I'm not saying Arsenal will turn up against us. I'm saying that we won't defend properly and we'll end up conceding like 2 or 3 sloppy goals. Arsenal won't turn up. We'll just be that bad.
yeah, because it's kind of the same as the West Ham result. Is if we're sort of the favourites, we play differently. But see, we're the underdogs. We come out
Exactly.
firing to prove cunts wrong. That's the problem with Chelsea. That's where that's where the inconsistency comes in. It's our own fucking ego that gets us going. Because if we're playing like a Man City, we're not the favourites. We know we're not. We have nothing to lose.
That's part of why. If we had Jorginho against West Ham, I think we beat them because
Yeah,
he's the leader in the team.
yeah, but
But Jorginho's not getting played, so like.
Okay,
Small-
I'm getting scared that we're going back to Chelsea here.
Okay, sorry.
Take it away, please. Take it away.
I mean, you guys are talking. I mean, your opponents in the FA Cup is Manchester
City.
United.
Man United, yeah.
Who we
Which
have,
we've lost
who,
to
who we
times.
haven't spoken about yet with Manchester United, and I think I heard you touch on it a wee bit. I think which one we said that United are almost about to lose a game.
Oh, I said they are a loss away from because look, all right. Here's what I've noticed over the past since the restart, right, on social media. United now are becoming like Liverpool fans were. You know, now the late 2000s, early 10s, where you'd have a great end to a season and you'd say, "Oh, next year's our year."
Yeah, but that's the
When
that's
that was
the fans.
happening?
But that's
Nah.
that's
No,
that's,
but
that's
that's
to do with the
but
fans.
that's how United fans are acting now. They're saying next season. Oh, I'm hearing United fans saying we're back. We're back. Next season, we'll challenge.
But that's
boys,
just
boys.
football fans, though. In general, let's talk about on the pitch right now for United.
Boys. It's okay because Ollie's on the wheel.
But let's keep the talk on the pitch.
On the
Because
pitch. Okay, on the pitch. Yeah, they're scoring goals and they look good going forward, but they should with the amount of talent that they have attacking wise.
Absolutely. United
So
have got,
they're just doing their job. They're just doing the job. But defensively, they still don't look that good.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But I guess if you have so much attacking talent and you're constantly like if you're scoring so many goals, the opposition, depending who you're playing against, just won't be able to get out and counter you and score.
I suppose. Yeah,
So,
yeah. Absolutely. We've had a discussion, Prime, and I don't want to reignite that discussion because it got a little bit heated. But I believe United have got a good starting 11 and a couple of decent subs. So I do reckon that they are, in some ways, maybe a bit closer to City and Liverpool than maybe Chelsea can be, because Chelsea still need to sort out the defence. But I think United.
You say a good starting 11.
I think
Right.
they
Well,
did.
I mean, let's go through it. Goalkeeper wise, I think Kepa and David De Gea are as bad as each other.
No, don't compare Chelsea. Don't compare Chelsea. Talk about United, only United starting 11. Don't compare
No.
Chelsea.
I know, but I'm just comparing both of their 11s. Like, I think both phenomenal fullbacks. I look at left back. Both Chelsea and United don't have good left backs. I look at centre backs. Harry Maguire's the standout, but they don't have someone to partner him. Boy's always injured, so you can't trust him.
Okay, but then look at the midfield. For me,
Okay,
United's
Pogba,
midfield is pretty good.
They don't have a DM though. They don't have a defensive midfielder. Matic looks good now, but he's old. You're not going to be able to trust him for a 34 out of 38 games a season in the Premier League, plus Champions League football as well.
But it depends on the system you play, because there are some teams that don't play with defensive midfield. It just depends the system that you play.
But United can't play with a Jorginho deep line playmaker because they don't have the midfielders to supplement that. Pogba and Fernandez are not like they're not like United's type, Liverpool's sort of midfield where they will work hard for their deep line playmaker to play.
So you say they won't work hard, but I've watched United a few times now. Their team work very, very hard. Let's say that midfield, they do work pretty hard.
I'm not saying they work hard. I'm talking about in terms of sacrificing Nunon, Pogba, sacrificing their own talent and their own attacking ability in order to allow a deep line playmaker to flourish. They won't do that. They need ADM, so they need to get Ndidi or Party.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think United aren't. They. I was talking to United that I work with at my work about this. United aren't far off. They're not. They just need to. They're doing a little bit what Liverpool were like a couple of years ago, where we had a nice team. Yeah, we still needed a few comings into the starting 11, and we didn't deny that. But the problem with Liverpool was we weren't exactly losing the games, but we were drawing too many, and I think that is kind of United's problem. But I think if there's a couple of better signings into that starting 11,
what United need is United will be able to. I think what United's problem is they need to be coached better, because this season the fact that they were able to beat Man City, they were able to get that draw against Liverpool and stuff like that and beat Chelsea. The reason why is because they were missing Pogba and Martial, so they had to resort to playing counter-attacking football against those teams. That was the reason why they won. Now that they have a fully fit squad, especially their attacking players, they won't be able to play a counter-attack against Chelsea in the FA Cup. They will have to come out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Chelsea will be able to beat them. Chelsea will have to play on the counter attack.
Aye. I mean, yeah.
United aren't coached to play. United don't have a style of play.
Well, that's why they need to bring a
They don't have patterns of play. You say that, but Ollie will be there next season. Ollie will be given. Will stay on and will be there next season.
Probably. But I'm just saying what they should do. But I agree with you. I don't think they will. But they should. They should be bringing Pochettino. But they won't.
I mean, even with Pochettino, right? Can we talk about what he did at Spurs for a sec?
Briefly.
You as a Chelsea fan, look at what he did at Spurs. Were you ever scared of them winning the Premier League?
That's you, Mella.
No.
No. Why is that?
Because it's Tottenham.
No, I'll answer it. No, it's all banter aside. The reason why I was never scared of them winning the Premier League is because there was no winning mentality in that team.
Yes, because
I was someone who said even if they won the League Cup, I would take them seriously to win the Premier League the next season. Because winning a trophy gives you a winning mentality.
Yeah, because that's why they were in such a disadvantage in the Champions League final, because their players aren't used to being
on that stage.
Yeah, because you can say, Tottenham was this golden era side for a good 3-4 years because they had all these young talent coming through, and they were dominating, and they get second places, third places. They were battling for the title. But at the end of the day, it's all well and good battling for the thing, but you have to win things, and they never done that. So them going off this run of form under Mourinho, it's just gonna get worse, because if you're saying to them, if you're a Tottenham fan, you're going, we want to get back to where we were. Where the fuck was that?
Exactly.
He's weren't winning anything then. He's not winning anything now. So what's changed? You may be going down the table. You may not be making a lot of progress in sense.
Okay.
But you weren't winning anything.
So you think Mourinho will give them a winning mentality, but if they don't spend, they need to spend money on that defense. They need a new right back, possibly a new left back. They need a CDM, and they need a backup striker. That's 200 million.
Yeah.
They have spent the past, but that's because they've sold players along the way as well.
Exactly.
And the last time they done that, they fucking
sold Gareth Bale. Yeah.
Yeah. They wasted the Gareth Bale money on shite.
They bought 7 players, and the only ones who were successful was Eriksen. And does that count really? Because he didn't win anything.
No, it doesn't count. He's an amazing player. I rate Eriksen highly, probably more than I should. But Tottenham have a problem, and that is
all their players they have, they've got a really young squad and they've got a couple players in there, but they've not got a serial winner in their squad.
Even with Arsenal, like all the banter I throw at Arsenal, yeah, through their bad period so far, at least they've managed to win FA Cups.
They've got a history behind them, which is a bad thing, because they expect they're entitled. They expect to be battling for things, and they expect to be doing better when they're at a certain level where they need to be fucking blessed that they're in the Europa League, which is what I was going to touch on earlier. But the thing with Tottenham is they can't be blessed with shit because they don't get winners in their team. Mourinho, he's obviously a serial winner, but what's he done in the last few years? He's kind of been yo-yoing between fucking whatever.
And he still won. Don't
Yeah.
disrespect Mourinho like that. He still won.
Yeah, but the thing with Mourinho is he's on the decline in his managerial career.
Yeah,
you
for
can say
me,
that, but
I think
Mourinho's decline is still better than most managers' prime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But see if you're a team like Tottenham and you're bringing in a manager that's kind of on the downslope of his career. That's not a good combination. That's not a good combination.
No, I think that's what Spurs, the ones that I saw saying we were concerned about was not. Some people talk about the football he plays, but I don't think that matters as long as you're winning. I think if Liverpool played six at the back football, but we were still winning the Premier League, I don't think there would be too many Liverpool fans annoyed about that. But that's another debate for another story. But I think because he was on a decline, Spurs fans are like, oh, he's going to bring that to us, and well, it looks like that is the case. But we'll have to look to see who they're going to sign. Listen, guys, we're going to talk about the relegation battle just for a little bit before we end, because I think it's quite important. That's another one that's pretty close, if you like, but it was close last week, I'd say, but I think there's maybe two teams now that you could say are destined to go down. Norwich is the first one, I mean, but they've been destined for quite a while, I would say. And touching on United, they played in the FA Cup as well on Sunday, I think it was, Saturday or Sunday, I think it was. Pushed United all the way, if you like. Lost in extra time to United, so, and unlucky to them. They did well to get to that stage, to be fair. But
I look at Norwich. Don't they play I mean, I might be wrong, but don't they play the best football out of at least the relegation?
They do, yeah. But the problem is that they haven't.
That's been.
Do you know what's
scored the goals? Yeah.
Do you know what's funny about that, though, Mel? Do you know what's funny about that, though? Is that they just, even though they played the best attacking football, they probably scored the least amount of goals.
The thing, Pookie started off on fire in the first few games, and he just tailed off.
But that proves he's not a Premier League striker.
Yeah, because
unfortunately.
It's a shame for Norwich, because in the Premier League, I think we've been crying out for some more teams to come up to just sort of play this nice freestyle football rather than just all sitting five at the back, desperately trying to stay in the league. But it shows that if you don't do that, that is what happens. Because look at particularly Wolves, for example, when they came up. They do technically play five at the back, but what happens is their wing back push up so far up the pitch, it's almost like just playing three at the back. But they actually don't. They do play five at the back.
Also, what Wolves is that they've been building to get out of the Championship, get into the Premier League, and become a top 6, top 14 within.
I can echo that.
They've been planning for this.
Yeah, they were.
They want to just get out of it. They were planning for this.
Exactly. The first season that they, when they came up from the Championship, they stormed it. Absolutely stormed. They were actually playing some, incredible football. And I remember when they first came up, no one was saying what's going to go down. People were going, they're going to finish in the top 10 here. And they did, to be fair. Wolves had that mentality, a very unique mentality of when they came up, they were going to be challenging in the top 10. They were not going to be anywhere near the relegation battle. So they were very unique in that sense.
And the
But
thing is, people were saying this season is that, oh, people will figure Wolves out, they're humble, and especially with Europa League football. And yes, they did start off shaky, but then everything clicked and they started flying again.
exactly. And as long as Nuno stays at Wolves, they will continue to go to get even
And
better and better and
they
better.
could win the. I mean, I said Wolves would get semi-final
That's what
in
I
the Europa
said.
League and
That's what I
United would
said.
win it. But Wolves could actually win the Europa League.
They could.
Even if they finish fifth or sixth, they will get Champions League football.
I don't think that there will be anybody in that Europa League that wants to play Wolves. There will be
No.
nobody.
Wolves are. I've said this in past podcasts. Wolves are my favourite team in the fucking
Watch,
league.
yes.
Outside of Chelsea, simply because they have something that other teams don't. Bar, you can say Liverpool because that's what says in the podcast. They are so fucking solid.
They're very
Like,
solid.
they are a fucking. They're a unit. They're not a
Such a
team.
unit.
They're a unit. Simply because is they see every time they go in the pitch, they are fucking fighting the same battle.
Yeah,
And that,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
that's what you need. That's what you need because
they're all on the same wavelength in that starting 11.
yeah, and the best players, they're not massive big money players that there's a lot of pressure on them. They're all fucking players who are in there to make a fucking statement. And they like to prove the first season, but they're still fucking going at it. Because mind they went in there kind of declined in the Europa League. Like, because of the Europa League, they were kind of playing too many games. They then got away with that, came back, teared shit up. Jimenez,
And another thing is that
big fucking fan of Jimenez. He's one of my favourite strikers.
The thing is, though, people were talking last season, after the season ended, people were saying, oh, people should snap up Neves, people should get Jimenez, Traore. But no one went in for them, they still stayed. I don't see those players leaving Wolves until that project is finished.
yeah, but so I was going to
I don't
say
know, is that winning a Premier League? Is that winning a Champions League?
well, what I was going to say is that all those Wolves players, you don't see any one of them wanting to go. None of them are making any noise. You know, Azama could have, sorry, not Azama, Jimenez could have made a lot of noise summer before and had a big team going game. No, he was well happy to stay at Wolves. Adama, I don't know if he'll leave in this one because he loves Wolves. The only thing that could maybe he will go is because they keep bringing him off the bench, but he loves the club.
They're bringing him off the bench because of the impact he has, but next season he will be a team player.
Yeah.
He will be starting next season.
Yeah.
But people are saying, like, did we have this discussion, Rigby? You were saying that you would love him at Liverpool. Why would he go?
Adama, yeah.
Unless you guys pay him ridiculous money, I don't see why he would go.
Yeah, but I'd like to point out that I didn't really make a strong argument with that. I was just saying I'd love him at Liverpool. I didn't say he should.
I know that. But I'm just saying that if Liverpool came in for him, unless it was ridiculous money, I don't see why he would go.
Yeah, exactly. Because Wolves are so close to the Champions League, it's unreal. Let
me just say this: if Wolves won the Champions League or the Premier League within the next 4 or 5 seasons, it wouldn't surprise me. That's a tough shout, but it just wouldn't. I could see something happening.
My only question is if Nuno stays. I know Nuno, because I know he loves the club to pieces, and I've seen Nuno because when I was at Molyneux and whatnot, and I know how much he actually loves it. But it's a bit like with Leicester when they won the league, right? You know, they built this success. No. Let me make my point, right? What I'm saying is that when they lost a couple of players from that starting 11, they were never the same. So, say Wolves lose Adama in a couple of years, and Jimenez, and maybe Neves. It's going to be very, very hard to replace those players to have the same impact as those other three, as the three previous I've just mentioned will have. And then you've got... Go on.
What's happening at Wolves is nothing like Leicester. What it reminds me of is like what's happening at Liverpool now, or what Mourinho did when he first came to Chelsea. Building a spine, building a team on a project to go on and do big things in football. I don't see them don't see Nuno going unless they go have through a terrible patch and he gets sacked. I don't see.
Wolves will not sack
People were
Nuno.
saying, but people were saying this season during their bad patch that they should sack Nuno, but they didn't.
Yeah.
You know how big that is for a club to say we're not sacking him, we're sticking with our manager.
But why?
Yeah.
There's a project there.
But I don't think I don't think Wolves can sack Nuno because the uproar from the fans, no matter how bad Wolves could do in that season, would be massive. Because
But you're saying
the
that
Wolves fans.
why would they want to? Why would they want to sack him?
That's what.
So they have a project, they're sticking to it.
No, that's fine. No, I'm just saying, like, when you mentioned the point of when people were saying that maybe they should sack him, I'm saying that's why the Wolves would never ever do that, because the uproar would be absolutely immense. I mean, we talk about with Liverpool, for example, Shankly. He's got a statue outside. He brought us back up from the Division 2 up to, blah blah blah. Wolves have got it's kind of that sort of impact. He's brought. When I was at university, Wolves were in the first season. Wolves finished, I think, 19th or something, and the next season they brought this Portuguese manager in, which people knew had just come from. I think it was a Porto he came from.
Yes.
And he dragged them. He didn't just bring them up. He smashed the division and brought them up. And then the next season in the Premier League, he gets them into Europe. And then the season after that, they're not just challenging in that European competition. They look like one of the favourites to go and bloody win it. Nuno if he stays in a couple of seasons and gets some success, could have a statue outside because of what he's done for that football club.
May fucking as well.
That's why when I say they could win the Prem or the Champions League, it's not ridiculous. If everything goes right, which there's no reason why it won't, they could do that. And also, they have money.
They do have money.
The club actually has money to spend on players. So the bigger that they get in status and everything, and in level in the Premier League, they can splash money on players.
Absolutely.
As well. They have the right mentality and the ability to play for that club.
Well, let's talk about another Midlands team who are in the Prem. Aston Villa.
See, before we go into that,
Go on.
I was just making a quick point.
Go on.
It was about Adama.
All right. Okay.
Adama is in such a unique fucking position, right? Because he's not in the bench because he's not the best player in his position. He's in a weird fucking position because they rely on him on that last 30 minutes to come off the bench and tear shit apart. So he's not on the bench because he's not the fucking best player. I would arguably say he's on the bench because he's very vital.
He's their best player.
Yeah, because he's very vital to the end of the game to get those results in at the last 30 minutes. Because the last 30 minutes, the players start to get tired and all that. And then you bring on this fucking beast of a player who's one of the fastest players in the world, and he would just tear you apart. So he's in a very unique position in that sense, and that's why I don't think he'd leave, because he's in such. I mean, obviously he wants to start games, but can he really complain of the position he's in? I don't think so.
I don't think this will happen because Newcastle will be taken over. But could you imagine Alan St. Maximin at Wolves?
Oh, good God.
Oh,
Let's move on.
Oh my God.
Let's move on to the team that I did want to talk about. This is Aston Villa.
Oh my God. They've missed Sean McGinn so much this season.
It's
being injured. They've missed him so much.
It's gonna be a bit of a shame because not only just because they're gonna go down, but they're gonna lose their Jack Grealish, who not only is their best player, but he's one of their own, and it's gonna be horrible for them and whatnot. It will be horrible for Villa, but it's frustrating one because I thought they would stay up at the start of the season. I think it wasn't a team that I had pinned to go down at all, but they just haven't. They've relied too much on Jack Grealish, haven't they?
I know last season they had last season they came up through the playoffs, but did they ever look like coming up last season in the automatic places?
I don't think so.
Okay, no, like what I mean is, was it a bit of a surprise that they even got into the playoffs?
No, wasn't No, it was not a surprise to go into the playoffs. No.
Was it a surprise that they won it?
Yeah, because Derby managed to beat because Derby beat Leeds and we all thought that Derby would then go on and knock Villa. At Wembley.
Because my point is, it doesn't look like they planned to be in the Premier League at all.
Really?
Well, I'm surprised that they didn't get a striker though. Quality striker that can score goals.
Well, they did bring in a striker. They brought in Samata.
Yes,
And
Samata.
did they not bring in Kodja, or was he already at Villa?
Kodja was already there, but Samata's a good striker, but he's not a good striker at that high level. He was in the Belgian league, was it?
Yeah.
I know a lot of good strikers come from the Belgian league, as was proven from like Benteke.
But do you know Villa had in the Championship though? They didn't have this season in the Prem. Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, that is true.
That's the problem with when you go up in a Championship season, but your main source of goals was on loan.
It's gone.
You know they've missed him massively. They really haven't. And whatnot. It shows actually how good Tammy actually is because Villa would for me if Villa
he did it in the Championship, so
yeah, but I think Villa would be a lot better off if they had a striker like Tammy Abraham in their squad this season. But that's just speculating. We don't know if he would have been. But for me, it'll be a shame to see Villa go straight back down and then also lose their player, their son, the player that's from their area. It'll be a shame for them. But when you're saying that they didn't prepare too much for the Prem, I can also understand that. But someone mentioned it, John McGinn. It's been such a miss in that midfield, such a miss.
Would they be in this relegation battle? Not in the relegation battle, but
well, yeah,
it is a relegation. If they had them, they would still be in the relegation battle. But it looks like they're getting relegated. If they had them, would they be getting relegated? I don't think so.
Well, you say they're in relegation, right? I've got the table in my eyesight right now. So 19th is Bournemouth, which we'll get on to in a second. Then Villa just above them on goal difference. They're both on 27 points, right? Watford are above them only on 28, which means that that's one result from Watford being back into the bottom three and one of those two getting back out. And then that's why this is why I want to emphasise as well how big a result it was for West Ham.
However, West Ham and Watford can both score goals. West Ham and Watford can score goals. Aston Villa can't.
True, but it's the Premier League. Anything can happen. I mean, look at what. I mean, did you think West Ham? Yeah, would you? You say West Ham can score goals, right? Before the Chelsea game, would you have still said that?
Would I have said West Ham to beat Chelsea? Yes.
No. I mean, I mean, would you still have said before the Chelsea game, because when they scored 3 goals, that West Ham are a team that can score goals?
No.
Not score goals fluidly, but I would have said yes, they can score more goals than Aston Villa.
Yes.
So they're not completely doomed. They're not completely doomed, but I think the lack of goals in that side is a little bit worrying, particularly at this end of the season.
I mean, if we go and beat Watford, fucking this weekend, you know that'll put the pressure on Watford even more.
Well, look, let's talk about what's the, well, you've mentioned Watford. Let's talk about Watford now then. You know, obviously Watford were the team. I mean, to be fair, Watford actually done. Let's not talk about the negatively just now. Watford were dead and buried, just after Christmas, weren't they?
What happened to Watford? Because maybe it's because of the fact that they beat Liverpool, but I thought they were good this season. I thought they were all right.
Oh, no,
they were all right, but they were okay, but they were just too easy to score against.
They were ranked rotten at the start of the season. Because that rugby, I mind when we just started our podcast.
Yeah.
That we were tearing them apart.
Yeah.
Tearing them.
And they were scoring goals, but they were too easy to score against. It was as simple as that. And
yeah, they were scoring goals. It was kind of the same as Norwich. Like they were good in certain areas, but they weren't good at defending, as in these kind of squads should be, because they were putting all their efforts into trying to score goals, but they weren't putting their efforts in to get those points in, those vital draws that these kind of relegation battle teams need. That's why Norwich are going down, because they didn't get those key points in. Draws for teams like that are so they're wins in a way.
They are wins in a way. In a way they are. But do you think Watford will stay up?
I don't know. It's too. see last 3 games, I might be able to tell you, but right now I'm too unsure to say.
Yeah, it's a tough one, the
Sorry,
relegation battle.
can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Will Watford stay up?
Yes, they will, because they are better than Villa, Bournemouth, and Norwich. Again, I'm surprised that Bournemouth are in. It's not until you look at the relegation places until you actually realise. I'm surprised Bournemouth are there because they have a good squad. They just haven't played well this
The
season.
problem with Bournemouth, right, is what they haven't had this season is they normally get some. They usually have a month or so where they win a load of games, and it means that by this stage they're about 38, 39 points, so they're usually 7 or 8 points away from the bottom three, and then they aren't in the relegation battle. The problem is they haven't had that this time. I don't think they've had a month of a good month this season in the league, where they've managed to get a couple of wins and draws and not lose and whatnot. Just consistently, they have been nowhere this season at all. And
Bournemouth are fucked. They're fucked.
yeah, and in some ways it will be a shame because Bournemouth have brought us some of the best moments is some of the funniest moments in the league, if you like. I mean, they beat Liverpool. If you guys remember that game. 4-3 and whatnot. They beat Chelsea twice at your place, if I'm right in saying.
I don't want to talk about Chelsea, but again.
No, I'm not to me, Dig. I'm just stating facts here.
No,
They've beaten Arsenal a few times.
We've lost against all these relegation places, but again, no Chelsea. Continue.
So they've had some very, very good moments, but I think they've always been a club where you thought, how are they in the Premier League with what they've got? But they've just been proven a strong time and time again, and it looks like they've finally ran out of steam, and they are gonna go down. I don't think they can pull in terms of morale and how they're playing at the moment. I can't see them going it on a run enough to keep them in this division for me. So I would probably say, I think I agree with you that Watford will stay up as well, and I think that win was so massive for West Ham that they could kick on as well. So I actually think the current bottom three right now is the bottom three that will go down: Norwich, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa.
In that order, or do you think it'll change a bit?
Norwich are at the bottom, Bournemouth, Villa. It doesn't really matter what order they go down. Doesn't matter.
I don't think Bournemouth have any legs to stand on, so I think Bournemouth will definitely stay like that. Norwich, we know, obviously will stay like that. Maybe the third relegation spot will change, but I think the last two I think are cemented.
Yeah, fair play. Right. Is there any other teams that anyone wants to talk about quickly, or who we have not mentioned yet? I mean, I think we've covered the base the whatchamacallit.
The basis of conversation. I think we have went into what we could have.
Is no one going to talk about how well Burnley, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, and Southampton are doing?
I was hinting at you with that. I was looking at Burnley just there. How in the fucking hell are they 10th?
Because we talk about Sheffield and how good they're doing, but Burnley are having an equally good season.
How are they 10th? How?
Because they're getting those vital points in.
They're not just 10. Burnley could finish 7th.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
How bad Arsenal and Spurs are, they could finish 7th.
That is very true.
Mad.
It's absolutely mad. And what's madder is it looks like Sean Dyche is on his way out because he's fallen out with the chairman or the owner of Burnley because Dyche wants to give because he wants to give his current players a better contract, and he's going nope.
You know what? They're getting relegated next season. If he goes, they're getting relegated.
If Sean Dyche goes, absolutely, 100%. But
the thing is, Sean Dyche won't find a better club.
Yeah, but that's not why he's thinking of going. He's just saying, I can't cope with this owner anymore. I can't take this any further unless he gives me the backing that I need. And if he's not going to do that, I have to walk.
No, respect for him though. Respect for doing that. I understand.
Absolutely.
Just
It annoys me when a football club doesn't get the backing they have, especially when they're doing quite well and they just need that backing, and the owner is like, no, because he's content with what's in his pocket and the fact that they're not near the relegation battles at the moment. He's happy with that. There's no ambition.
the thing is, bless you.
Thank you.
The thing is, with lower league sides or like sides that don't have the money of like Chelsea or Liverpool or whatever, I
No.
understand it slightly. You have to manage, you have to kind of balance everything, but still,
Yeah, it's a shame, but
he got,
it's a shame. It is a shame. But let's talk Crystal Palace, because you've also brought them up. They've had a decent season as well. I mean, they're 12th, but they're only 3 points off Burnley as well.
Yeah, they've been quite quiet, just doing their business.
Do you know what? I feel that's the best way to describe Crystal Palace. They've been very quietly avoiding trouble and just
Doing their
creeping up
business.
slightly. Yeah, and continue.
Roy Hodgson. I know you're a Liverpool fan, and what he did for you guys was bad, but do we put respect on his name?
Yeah, if you take Liverpool, the time he spent at Liverpool, how can you not?
And also
Remember with
England.
Fulham, he got them to a European Cup final, Europa League final. Incredible.
I think he does. I think he does better as that like underdog.
Yeah.
At Liverpool and at England, he was terrible.
The problem, the thing is, right, is you kind of got to feel sorry, is that when he went to Liverpool, he'd never had that in his life. He'd never ever had that amount of money at his disposal and be expected to be challenging for the Premier League. He'd never had that, and he wasn't ready for it, to be fair to him. If you take away that Liverpool job, he's had a very, very good career.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
So do I.
So yeah, I do pop some respect onto his name.
We also say the same thing about David Moyes.
Yeah.
I read something I think last week saying that he wants to build something at West Ham. He wants to do the same thing he did with Everton at West Ham.
Well, he's got the potential of the squad behind him, for me, to do it.
And hopefully the backing of the board.
So yeah, I think I think a lot of people do forget actually his Moyes' time at Everton, where he was a bloody pain in the arse to us with his Everton sides. They were a pain in the arse back then. They still weren't winning like competitions, but they were always around us. They seemed to be the team that we were always worried they were going to overtake us. And I think that there was one season where they actually did finish above us. And whatnot.
What was his record in the Merseyside derbies?
Wasn't great, but they were winning more than they are now. They were much.
Oh, well.
They were.
To be honest, it's not that much better to do more than Everton are doing now in Merseyside derbies. So, yeah.
What I would say is the difference is that when it was at Goodison Park, they could get over the line and beat us a few times.
Was that the time when Jagielka scored? I know it ended up as a draw, but he scored like a screamer from outside the box.
No, that wasn't David Moyes.
Oh, that might have been Martinez then. Okay.
No, that was Coleman, was it? No, Martinez. Yes, it was. No, Moyes at that was at the time he was getting a couple of wins at Goodison Park and whatnot. And he did follow Everton. He did get them to an FA Cup final. You guys ended up beating them.
Yeah. People talk about like Liverpool ran away with it this season, and City ran away with the Prem 2 seasons ago. People talk about the Premier League being like a farmers' league, but when you actually break down how many quality teams are in it, and next season Leeds are coming up as well. About what they can do. The Premier League's interesting, man.
It is a very, very interesting league because this could. I mean, Wolves are sick at the moment, but next season they could be in relegation battles, and bloody West Ham could be where Wolves are. It's an absolutely incredible league. That's why I love the Prem to pieces.
Look at Sheffield, right? You think with the money of the Europa League and assuming that Chris Wilder and the board invest correctly, you never know what they could do.
Yeah, exactly. 100%, absolutely, definitely. So no, absolutely respect on Roy Hodgson's name. Respect on Crystal Palace. They've had a decent season. Zaha will maybe go. Has he done enough actually this season to justify getting a bigger move?
How old is Zaha? Is he not like 28, 29?
I'll check for you. Hello, Peter, mate. Slip. How are you, lad? You must be very happy after yesterday.
I think with Zaha, I think it's a bit too late for him to go. I think it's one of those players where you should have left
He's always
3 seasons ago.
He's 27, 28 this November.
The
So
thing with Zaha is he's kind of got that anxiety because he already has left and it didn't work out for
true.
him.
That is very
No,
true.
it didn't work out, but it wasn't due to his ability.
But-
It wasn't because he wasn't good enough. He was good enough.
I think he's now got that confidence, but the thing also with him is where would he go? You know, I think he'd have to. I think he'd have to leave the Premier League. I think if a top club in, let's say,
Dortmund
Germany
won't.
or
They
France,
like Dortmund, but they won't because they like their young players.
yeah, Dortmund will only sign players who they can get a sell-on value for. That's their policy.
PSG, he's not marketable enough.
I wouldn't say he's also a PSG kind of player. You know, if you look like a Depay, who when he left in a kind of similar situation, he went to Lyon. Now he's one of the best players in his position, arguably.
With Zaha, he always had that potential. It's just a matter of getting him out of Man United.
Yeah, but I can see Zaha. If Zaha does leave, I mean, he's been linked with Arsenal.
I was just about to say that if Aubameyang leaves Arsenal, which it looks like he's going to, surely Zaha, for a player who's going to cost them maybe 40-50 mil from Palace.
Oh, he'll cost them more. I think that is a major stumbling block with Crystal Palace. They price him as like 80, 90 mil, which I understand why.
Yeah, Thiago keep this conversation. It'll be a lot of money, but what I was going to say is Zaha's going to be coming from the prospect of he was trying just to avoid relegation. He's not coming from a team that were challenging Arsenal, if you like. So when he comes to Arsenal, he's not going to be going, right, you've got a season to do better than what that. He's going to give them a bit of time, and he's going to stay there for a couple of years. So
I don't trust anything that happens at Arsenal. They won't give him time. They'll be on his neck. Especially when you consider this season how bad Pepe's been, and people have been saying they should have bought Zaha instead. If they buy Zaha next season and he doesn't start off well, everyone will kill him.
I don't think so.
That's because Arsenal are too fucking entitled.
Exactly.
Yeah, Arsenal. Absolutely. They feel like they should be somewhere where they are, unfortunately for them, are nowhere near.
I'm someone who watches a lot of like football channel fan content, so I do watch Arsenal fan TV.
We all do.
But I watch it like I don't just watch it for the fan cams. I actually watch the channel. So I know how entitled they all are.
I watch the channel, so 2 reasons. 1, to listen to them get raging. 2, is because I like to hear their perspective and how they actually deal with their fucking club in a similar situation. And also because I'm a Rangers fan as well, and I respect fans going through a club where their owner doesn't have their interests at heart.
Guys, can I
going through back in the day kind of thing?
Can I just throw in a final conversation talk that it's just, if you've just been looking at the comments you've seen, Thiago is majorly linked at Liverpool at the moment. What's your thoughts on that?
Thiago Alcantara.
Yes.
Does he suit the way you guys play, or will you guys change your style? Because Thiago is kind of like that deep lying ball player, kind of like not similar to Jorginho, but kind of like Jorginho, Fabregas style. He's not an impressive. He doesn't like press intensively like your midfield does.
I don't think you need Thiago.
I mean, in terms of the name, it's enticing because he's come from. Everyone knows who he is. We know how good he can be if he's given the space and the time to operate. But with the way Liverpool's
he won't be given the space and time to operate because you're champions.
That's what I was about to say.
Champions. Next season, everyone will go into games against you saying that a draw is enough.
I mean, Peter is saying 35 million euros. If that is the case, then we walk away right now because Liverpool need a midfielder who is going to be ready for the fight. because every single team in
But
that
he's not.
division is going to play Liverpool like it's a cup final. They're going to want to batter us every game. Every team who plays us
Exactly.
are going to want to beat us. There's not going to be any
And
laid-back teams coming to Anfield or when Liverpool come to their ground. They're going to treat it as a bloody cup final. So maybe we need a midfielder who's going to be a bit more ready for the fight.
when you look at teams next season who you look at teams and managers who can beat Liverpool, I can name you 5, 6 managers who can be able to go up against Liverpool and beat them, possibly. I can name Pep, Frank, Bielsa if Leeds come up. Ollie. I can name Ancelotti. That's 5 off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not saying he's not good, but you guys will have to change the way you play, and will that be a good thing?
No. Although, having said that, it's always good to have a plan B and change the way you play to throw teams off.
No, it is good to have a plan B, but like, also what you guys have to consider, you guys don't have.
I remember Thiago's at an age. Thiago will be at an age where he probably isn't going to be too annoyed about starting every game.
How old is he?
Let's have a look. I'm sure I think he's like 29, 30. I could be completely wrong though. Give me a second.
Yeah, but if he's trying his time then, why would he be sitting on the bench?
No, but what I'm saying is that if, say, he did sit on the bench for a few games, I can't see him making too much noise about that. Hold on, I could be wrong. 29, so he's turned 20, so he's 29 already, he's turned 30 next year. I mean, we talk about City, right? Of the depth they've got, and how they've got two starting 11s. Isn't that the direction Liverpool have to be going towards now? Alright, sure, how you doing, mate? Sure,
True. However,
sure.
Liverpool have spent money on that depth, and also the players they brought in have been young. They all earn their places. Like, for example, look at Leroy Sané. He's gone because he's not getting game time.
Yeah. But is that because of Phil Foden? I don't know. Maybe he thinks Phil Foden's the next replacement.
Oh, but Sané's a winger, Foden's a midfielder, bro.
Yeah, but he plays.
That's different.
But he keeps playing Foden out wide.
Plus, Foden is from but Foden's also from the youth academy. So like you guys have Ryan Brewster. People are saying he's so good, he should be playing. But Brewster is staying on the bench because he loves the club and he believes in the project. Not every player that you guys bring in
Thanks for lurking, man. Not every player
you bring in is gonna love the club.
Yeah, I suppose. But,
yeah, exactly.
But I just look. People keep saying, with City, everybody praises them for having the 2-star and having so much depth, and not only just. And they don't exactly have youngsters on the bench. They've got players who would probably get into most Premier League sides or most top European sides. So,
however, when you look at Pep, like, do you guys play fantasy football?
Pardon?
You guys play fantasy football?
Yeah.
The one isn't the one thing that people complain about Pep is the fact that he's always ruining their fantasy football because he's always changing the 11.
Aye.
So with Pep, he's always like rotating, like he's always rotating and things like that. That's something that Liverpool don't do, or maybe because you don't have the squad to do it. So if you guys do have the squad, you will rotate more.
Yeah, but that's exactly why we bow out of the FA Cup and League Cup as often as we have done over the last couple of seasons. Yes, we obviously got knocked out in the League Cup because we went to the Club World Cup, which we won't have that problem this time. But I think that's what Liverpool have to do next. We have to just push for more quality and push people for places a lot more and have a sort of second starting 11 to call upon at times. I think that's the next step for me. Peter's asking Ziyech and Werner link at Chelsea.
They're already at Chelsea.
No, so he's asking about the link.
The link.
How they're gonna link together at Chelsea. Yeah.
I'll get on to that in a sec, but finishing with Liverpool, the thing is though, when you look at City, like when you look at their attacking midfield winger options, you've got Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Foden. I guess Gundogan you can add to that mix. Got Jesus and Aguero.
Hmm.
Those play when you look at all those players, not not one of them are like squad players or reserve players though. To be honest,
Yeah.
the fact that he rotates so much, so it's not like you can say, "Oh, this is a definite starter." They all rotate and playing around so much. It's not like you're buying. It's not like Pep spent how much he spent on Bernardo Silva to be a squad player because he's not.
Hmm.
They're all fighting members of this of the team. So
Yeah.
that's what.
The difference with what City do very impressively is when they sign a top player, they don't ever say to them, right, what you're going to start on the bench at the start. They're going to go prove to me why you should be in the start 11, and then the person who they're targeting for that place gets a fucking kick up the backside, and that's to raise their game even more.
But that is what, like, when Liverpool fans were saying, oh, they want, what do you call it, Werner, saying that he'll be a good backup. That's not the mentality to have.
Exactly, but I don't. But I think that's what Klopp will be looking at next.
But the thing is, it's not to look at, like, I watched the football terrace, right? And there was a Liverpool fan on saying that, oh, they need to, if they can get players on a free, like Willian and Ryan Fraser, that'll be good. But that's not the mentality to have, to bring in players just to be a backup who aren't going to be of the quality that you have in your first team.
Well, yeah, take Ryan Fraser out of it, because if Liverpool can get Ryan Fraser on a free, he's only 22, 23, that's a phenomenal signing.
He's got fucking assists for days. The
Yeah,
man's not.
that's a phenomenal signing on a free. That's phenomenal.
No, that is true. But my point is, you shouldn't be looking at quality players as backups, because then that's not going to push. Like, Man City have so much depth, but they all are constantly pushing each other because they know, oh, he gets to take my place and I won't be in the team for a few months.
Yeah.
Liverpool don't have that. Because you guys are playing at such a level that you could say it doesn't matter, but you need players to push you, because if next season you guys dip and you end up finishing second or third or whatever, then it can be a question of, is that because you guys didn't strengthen properly?
I suppose. Guys, we've got to mention something in the comments. I want everybody to slate Stuart right now. He says next season, Leicester will win the league, Liverpool second, Man City third, Chelsea fourth, Man United fifth.
All good points, Stuart, my boy, is that you've put Man U at the Champions League spot. But
Who's he sport? Who's he sport?
He says City.
He supports Man City.
But he's not, though. He's a Kilmarnock fan and he's a Aguero fan.
Right. Why does he think Leicester will win the league?
I don't know.
He's praising of Leicester this season, right? How good have they actually been?
He's
actually break this
down.
But still, he said it, so let's be serious about it. How good have Leicester actually been this season?
They've been very good. They've been very good, Leicester. Until the last couple of...
You say that, have they also not been playing on a great patch of form? This is something that you could say towards Brendan Rodgers. When his teams are on form, they are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But once they start losing, they drop at an equal rate.
Yeah. I don't think you can dispute that. I mean, Liverpool is a prime example of that. But
exactly.
Having said that, though, before I splayed Rodgers too much about that, he did lose Steven Gerrard and Luis Suarez, so it was always going to end in disaster, I suppose. It depends on if Leicester are going to get some players.
Yeah, you can say that, but he also didn't buy properly with that money.
It'll be interesting to see how Rodgers does respond, because Leicester are on no doubt about it, are on a decline at the moment, absolutely. But they've still had a good season, of course they have.
No, I'm not saying they haven't had a good season. I'm saying how good are they?
Well, when it's going well for them, they're probably one of the teams you don't want to face in the Premier League at times.
Like, next season, right? Fine, we're saying Liverpool and City are the two that are going to challenge. So, do you think Leicester can get top four with Chelsea, United, Wolves?
2 seconds.
Possibly Everton?
Dan, you've already missed bantering Liverpool about last night, mate. We've already spoken about that. We didn't do
Good,
it
good,
very
good,
well.
good.
You're 2 hours late to that conversation, mate. I'm afraid.
To be honest, I didn't get. Can I just chime in quickly about that?
Do we have to?
Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine.
No, go
Doesn't
for
matter,
it.
it's
No,
fine.
go for
No,
it.
it's
Go
just.
for it. Go for it.
I think the reason why people are talking about is the fact that everyone, like Liverpool fans and the pundits and everyone, kept on saying that this Liverpool team is the best Premier League side of all time. It's the greatest Premier League side of all time. But yeah, they haven't gone invincible like Arsenal.
Well, I would say the
They
reason.
haven't.
Go on.
I'm not. No, I'm not finished. I'm not.
Go on.
They haven't gone invincible like Arsenal. They lost more games than Mourinho's Chelsea side when he first came in 04. They won't win 3 on the bounce. I don't even know if they'll retain the Premier League next season, but they definitely won't win 3 on the bounce. And they also haven't won any other domestic competitions to supplement the Premier League with it. So how good is this team really?
Can I just say, the reason that people say this Liverpool team is phenomenal, right, is because we lost the Champions League final. The next season, we bounced back and won it.
Yes.
We went 1 point off.
Yeah. You bounced back and won it against a poor Spurs side. You just said in the final that Spurs were dreadful.
Yeah, but forget about that. Yeah, but you only beat us in front of you. We still had to beat Barcelona on the way to that, and Bayern Munich on the way.
Barcelona. This is also one of the worst Barcelona sides we've seen.
And also we beat
in quite a few years.
And also we had a group with PSG and Napoli, which is not an easy group at all in the Champions League. Anyway,
we all know Napoli are not levels like PSG and Liverpool, and we all know PSG are bottle jobs.
So anyway, City gets fuck off. And then we were 1 point off winning the league, sorry, and then we bounced back. That's the reason people are rave at Liverpool, is that we're a team that get a major disappointment and then bounce back and go and win it the next season.
Okay, then rate what you guys have done over the past 3 seasons. No, don't rate them because of this season. Don't say this season is the best Premier League team of all time.
Well, they've took on who are probably the best team of all time in City, and took them down.
You say took them down. They weren't going neck and neck. You have been dreadful this season. I'm not taking away Liverpool winning the league. People are saying I'm being salty. I'm not taking away you guys winning it. It's an amazing achievement. Any team that can win the Premier League is an amazing achievement. Yeah. But to say that it's on par with a treble, an invincible team, and a team that's conceded the least amount of goals in Premier League history, it shouldn't be. And also, Man City Centurions getting 100 points. I don't think Liverpool will get 100 points.
To be fair, I haven't seen any Liverpool pundits actually say that it's the best Premier League team. They just say it's the best Liverpool team they've seen.
A few, they were saying it since January, February, and everything. Even during this lockdown, you were seeing combined 11 and stuff like that with the Invincibles and the treble winning team and stuff like that. I'm not taking away Liverpool winning it. And if you guys do the double next season, then we can start to have that conversation. Until you guys do that, and this conversation should not be had at all.
Sure, it says up the road. Listen, I don't.
Oh God.
I'm not really that interested in this. Who's the best? I know there are Liverpool fans that are saying this is the best team. I actually couldn't give it. I'm not in that mindset right now. What I would say, they are.
Because you've won. It doesn't matter if you're the greatest or not. You won the Prem. I get it, but there are Liverpool fans
there are
and stuff who are saying that. So that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with bringing it up at all. And that's a conversation that we can have at a later date. I'm not really interested in that right now.
And I don't want you to think that I'm picking on you guys, because I am happy you guys have won it. I'm happy for you, Rigby. I really am.
Yeah.
But I just
No, listen. These are the conversations that you do have now. These conversations you can put Liverpool back into now. So absolutely, you've got all full rights to bring up and everything. But I'm not interested in talking about that right now. Maybe when the season's wrapped up, we can all come together and we can have a good conversation about all that.
This season, yeah. If you guys do a podcast based on this season, I'd love to be a part of it.
Absolutely, and I am absolutely 100% desperate to get more different fans into this podcast. So if you, I'm looking now. I'm looking not for Chelsea fans because I've got Prime and I have Miller. I'm the Liverpool representative, although if there's no Liverpool fan out there that would like to join, I'm sure we could get you in. But I'm looking to any other team in the Premier League. I'm calling, and this is a call out right now. If you want to come on and have your say about your club on our podcast, follow my Twitter. Follow me on this
fella,
Twitch. Go on.
FIFA fella is a Everton fan. You know him, yeah?
Yeah, and
Mano's an Arsenal fan as well, so...
Mano's an Arsenal fan, Blue's an Everton fan. We've got lots and lots of people that stop around this channel who are fans of all the clubs. If you're interested in getting involved in this, follow me on this stream, DM me on Twitter, and we will get it sorted, because I'm very interested to get as many different clubs who can give us a perspective on their club as possible onto this podcast. Absolutely.
Maybe when the season ends, you can do like a podcast on each, maybe not on each club, but at least like the top 6 clubs and on anyone else.
Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic to do. It would be incredible if at the end of the season we could get as many teams that have been involved in the relegation battle, and particularly teams that have been relegated onto this. But listen, that's
also the Champions League. We need to talk about it, because I keep thinking, can Chelsea do a comeback against Bayern?
No. Next.
No.
No, I'm not saying it will, but like, and I don't trust our defense, obviously, but I do trust us in big games.
It's not possible. Bayern are on fire just now.
I don't trust you.
Do you think we can beat Bayern in that game, not on the leg, but in that game?
Absolutely.
We might be able to beat them, but we're not gonna get a deficit down.
Okay. Someone just said transfers. Messi wants to leave Barca, Havertz to Chelsea, and Sancho to United.
If Messi,
Sancho...
nobody, there is no football club in the world that Messi will. When he leaves to Barca, will go back to Argentina. That for me, that's what will happen. He won't go to a PSG, even though they probably can afford him. He won't. He will go back to Argentina. We were linked to Messi. What, about 7-8 years ago? Yeah, I remember that.
There were serious links with him, but it was just like, was also laughable, because that was never going to happen.
No, he will go back to Barca, so I dismiss. If he wants to leave Barca, yeah, I think he does. I think he'll let his contract go first, and then he'll go back to Argentina. That's my opinion, anyway. Havertz to join Chelsea, I can't see that happening.
We need to sort out our defence.
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea, because they're bringing in Ziyech and Werner, and they've brought him in, haven't they?
Then again, I say that, but our midfield doesn't look that good either.
Sancho to Man United is a major transfer talk, but the problem is that Manchester United are trying to play hardball again and act like they've got all they're holding all the cards, and that they can say that they're going to pay this
Sancho, in my opinion, he should wait another season. Stay at Dortmund, who could challenge next season again, maybe win the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And you go to the Euros with England, you ball out over there. Maybe you get to another semi-final. Who knows?
Griezmann will.
You can go being on top of the world, being in the peak that you.
And just on the final point, Stuart, Griezmann to join United? Absolutely not. He's in where he wants to be at Barcelona. He's only been there one season. He won't leave after one season. I think they're top of the league still. They're potentially going to transfer to the Champions League again next season. I think they're still in the Champions League actually this season, to be fair. He won't leave. He won't join United, and United couldn't attract him anyway at the moment. They're not challenging for the Premier League. They could in a couple of signs, but he'd want to see that evidence first before going. So I can't see that one happening either. So that's my response anyway to those transfer rumours. Have you boys got any other comments to that at all?
Yeah.
Is Mel still here, by the way?
Griezmann. I don't rate Griezmann. On the level everyone rates him as, I don't rate him.
You don't rate? Yeah, I mean.
No, not on the level like everyone does. He's a good even a good footballer. I just think that he works well within a particular system, but
Yeah.
if he's not within that system,
Yeah.
everything falls apart.
Yeah. Is Mel still here, by the way? Is Mel still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are still here. Okay, fair enough. Go on, sorry, Prime, go on.
No, that's it really. I just think he works well when he plays with like a target man. Like Atletico,
Yeah.
he was playing with Costa and Jackson Martinez.
Yeah.
With a target man.
Yeah.
France, we all know what Giroud does.
Giroud.
What I want to see next season is Giroud and Werner play together. Werner plays well with a target man.
He does.
He can play those two.
Poulsen was like that
that would be
target man,
lovely.
wasn't he? Like Leipzig. Poulsen was kind of like that target man, I suppose.
Yeah. Wilson and Schick, they're both target men. Oh, I'd love to see that. But that would mean Chelsea would have to play either like a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-2 diamond or a 3 at the back, and I don't see that happening because we got so many midfielders.
Aye. Right, okay, guys. I'm gonna. Is there any? And I mean, really, are there any final tiny points that anybody wants to make before we end the stream? Because I've got my sister coming in about 5 minutes. But if you have got a final point to make, please do make it just now about anything we've spoken about or anything we haven't mentioned.
Really no.
Thank you guys for letting me come on and speak.
No,
Appreciate it so much.
It's been really interesting. It's been really interesting to have you on, Prime, mate. You've made a lot of really good points.
Thank you. I noticed that Rugby, you actually gave me a call on Discord earlier today, but I wasn't around for that.
Did I?
My Discord wasn't open. So,
It's alright, mate.
my Discord wasn't open. See it?
Nah, no worries at all, mate. Not a problem at all. We will. As far as my shifts work at the moment, Fridays are the best time, Miller, for me to be doing these. Friday mornings. I don't know how. I don't know. What your work situation is. If that'll change for you at all.
It might do, but
We'll work it out. We will work it out.
I'll always have a couple of hours in my Friday.
Aye. The way my shifts work at the moment, particularly next week. Again, at this same time next Friday suits me down to the ground, but. My shifts are always changing as well, so probably the week after that it'll change. But we'll work around it. But I'm really glad that we've brought this sort of podcast back, Miller. I can't lie, mate, and I think this is a much more relaxed way to do it than record it and then have to edit it and whatnot. I think this is a lot more relaxed and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that my laptop is going to eventually let me share my laptop screen again, because I'd love to get you to be able to show you guys if you were happy to have your face cams onto the stream. I would love to have that so people can see people's facial expressions as well. But unfortunately, my laptop is being a bit of a cunt again. So, but
what is wrong with your laptop that you can't share screen?
It's nothing. I can share my screen right on every other application, except OBS. I've had it once working, and then it just doesn't work again. I do all the same things that I did, and it doesn't do it. So I think I need to update the drivers or something on it. It's something about it doesn't like. But we'll get it sorted in the future. But anyway, guys, I am going to have to. Fuck off, Stuart.
If you guys ever like put me on again or anything, I don't mind. Like, it'd be amazing to be back on.
Absolutely, mate. I'm gonna try and get some more to try and organize and get some other fans onto the pod. If you do join anyone's streams who seems to be talking a lot about their club in the Premier League, do let them know that the TJB does a sort of talk and would be interested in getting them on.
You should do one once the championship ends and teams get promoted. You should do one with like Caddy.
That would be class. That would be class to get all those guys on. But we'll
I'm down for that.
Absolutely, we will sort it out. Absolutely, but that is the end of this stream, guys. I want to thank Prime once again for joining and give us his insights. Also,
No problem.
Also,
sorry for speaking about Chelsea too much, because I have a lot of.
Absolutely.
I've been watching everything happen all season, and I've stopped talking and bite my tongue.
Absolutely. So when you get a platform, like just to talk, I 100% again, mate. And it was very interesting, but I had to cut you off because I was starting to think we've got so
that's
many
fine,
more
that's fine.
teams to talk about, and these guys are going to be talking for the next 12 hours, so we better get them shut up for now.
Do you not want to talk? Liverpool just won the league. Do you not want to talk about Liverpool for the next 12 hours?
I, I haven't got the energy.
That is true. That is true.
And
You've been partying like mad.
aye, man. And also thank Miller, who's been doing these podcasts with me from the very beginning, and there's always an absolute amazing person to have on as well. So thank you, Miller, for joining too.
Nice to talk to you, Miller.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it myself, man. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, I hope to do more podcasts with you.
If you want to follow
you
those
too.
boys' Twitters, they can link their Twitters into the chat, and you can go and follow them from there. But that is it from me, guys. We are 2 followers away from reaching our 100, which means we get to activate our £10 giveaway.
Woo!
So hopefully we can hit that in a few days, and we can get that stream sorted as well. But apart from that, I'll be back to argue eventually. We need to get you back in as well, man. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That
must be true.
that is Prime's Twitter as well, down below.
Dignator Chelsea City.
Just very quickly, is there anybody that we can go and do a small raid to? Anyone who's online? Anybody know anybody that's online?
I think is Blue still online?
Can't see his channel online.
No, I think he's offline.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, he is. He is. He raided someone else.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, okay, but we'll leave it for now because I don't like just raiding people that I don't actually join myself and whatnot. So we'll leave that for now. Thank you guys. Hope you have a fantastic afternoon.
Thank you guys.
I will be streaming.
I appreciate this. This is like school all over again when you're just talking football with your mates.
It's class, absolutely class. Anyway, that is all from me. So guys, take care, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll be back tomorrow for another stream. We'll be finishing SpongeBob. We're in the final bit now, so we're almost done that.
Actually, may I ask, where do you guys upload this?
This just stays on the Twitch, mate.
No, because you said that you guys used to record it.
YouTube. It's just the same name, the Game Lad. Like, if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see it there.
Okay.
Well, we used to we did a couple at the start of the season, but because of so we couldn't find a time where we were all free, so we stopped it.
Commitments kind of took over, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, but this is a lot easier to do like this, so that's good. Anyway, guys, I am gonna end it now. I keep saying I'm gonna end it, and then fucking well.
Everyone, see you later, everyone.
You can export the stream to YouTube if you want as well. I might do that as well. To be fair, I might do that as well. Sure.
Yeah, because I've still got a Twitter set up.
Alright, we'll get that sorted. I'll do that later on. Anyway, because I do need to go downstairs now. So take care, guys. Thanks again to both of these. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you guys later on. Take care.
All right.